Hello and welcome to Bluebell Storytime Online. I'm Miss Mandy from the B.B. Comer Memorial Library. Miss Marilyn has joined me today and we're going to read some books about farm animals, all right? The first one I'd like to share with you is Rooster Can't Cock-a-Doodle-Doo. And I'd like to thank the author, Karen Rostoker-Gruber, and the illustrator, Paul Rostoker-Gruber, and the publisher, Dial Books for Young Readers. I'd like to thank them for allowing me to share the book with you. The book is Rooster Can't Cock-a-Doodle-Doo. This is a fun story. One morning, Rooster woke up with a terrible sore throat. "Oh no," he coughed. "What should I do? My throat hurts too much to cock-a-doodle-doo." Rooster wondered how he was going to wake up Farmer Ted and the animals without cock-a-doodle-dooing. He went to the hen house. No one was collecting eggs. The hens were asleep. "Cough, cough, wake up, hens," Rooster whispered. "I can't cock-a-doodle-doo." "You poor thing, you look exhausted," clucked the hens. "How will you wake up Farmer Ted without cock-a-doodle-dooing?" "Maybe the cows will know," said Rooster. The hens followed Rooster to the cow barn. No one was getting milked. The cows were asleep. "Cough, cough, cluck, cluck. Wake up, cows," they said. "Rooster can't cock-a-doodle-doo." "Oh my, how utterly frustrating," mooed the cows. "How will you wake up Farmer Ted without cock-a-doodle-dooing?" "Maybe the sheep will know," said Rooster. The hens and cows followed Rooster to the sheep pasture. No one was getting sheared. The sheep were asleep. "Cough, cough, cluck, cluck, moo, moo. Wake up, sheep," they said. "Rooster can't cock-a-doodle-doo." "That's bad, bad news," bawled the sheep. "How will you wake up Farmer Ted without cock-a-doodle-dooing?" "Maybe the pigs will know," said Rooster. The hens, cows, and sheep followed Rooster to the pig pen. No one was pouring slop. The pigs were asleep. "Cough, cough, cluck, cluck, moo, moo, baa, baa. Wake up, pigs," they said. "Rooster can't cock-a-doodle-doo." "Oh dear, that's a muddy big problem," oinked the pigs. "How will you wake up Farmer Ted without cock-a-doodle-dooing?" "You don't know," bawled the sheep. "Now what will we do? There's no one left to ask." "Let's go to Farmer Ted's house," Rooster said. "We'll just walk right in and wake him up." The hens, cows, sheep, and pigs followed Rooster to Farmer Ted's house. The house was locked. "Oh my, no one will ever collect our eggs," clucked the hens. "If someone doesn't milk us, we're going to burst," mooed the cows. "Our wool is so long we're tripping on it," bawled the sheep. "We're starving," oinked the pigs. Rooster felt awful. This was all his fault. Farmer Ted's bedroom was on the third floor, and there was no way to wake him. Unless... "I've got it," Rooster whispered. The animals huddled around him. Then the sheep stood on the cows, the pigs stood on the sheep, the hens stood on the pigs, and Rooster stood on top. "Will you please move your hooves? They're right in our eyes," mooed the cows. "We would if our friends the swine would stop wiggling their tails in our faces," bawled the sheep. "We'll tell the Featherbrain Quartet to quit tickling our snouts," oinked the pigs. "Who are you calling the Featherbrain Quartet?" clucked the hens. "Oh my, what's all this ruckus?" said Farmer Ted as he opened his window. Cough, cough. Rooster pointed to his sore throat. Farmer Ted squinted at the sun. "It's getting late," he said, putting on his overalls. "I have to finish the chores before the sun sets or I won't be able to see what I'm doing." He warmed up some tea with honey for Rooster and carried him to a chair by the pond. Then he quickly set out to work. The animals watched Farmer Ted. "He's never going to finish the chores before sunset," clucked the hens. "Probably not," bawled the sheep. "We've got to help him before our milk curdles," mooed the cows. "We have an idea," oinked the pigs. The animals huddled together. Then they helped Farmer Ted collect the eggs, milk the cows, shear the sheep, and pour the slop. The sun set. After their busy day, the animals and Farmer Ted were ready for bed. Rooster had rested all day on the chair by Farmer Ted's pond. His throat was nice and warm from the tea he'd sipped, and his feet even had a slight tan. He felt much better. "Thanks for your help today, cock-a-doodle-doo," he crowed with all his might. "Glad to help. Just please pipe down," clucked the hens. "We're trying to get some sleep," mooed the cows. "Give it a rest," baaed the sheep. "Save it for the morning," oinked the pigs. And that's exactly what Rooster did. All right, I like that story. Now I have a fun little song I'd like for us to sing, and I need to get my puppets ready. They're little finger puppets of animals. And first is the rooster. Okay, are we ready? I think. Had a little rooster by the barnyard gate. That little rooster was my playmate. That little rooster went cock-a-doodle-doo, de-doodle-dee, doodle-dee, doodle-dee-doo. Now, next is a cow. I had a little cow by the barnyard gate. That little cow was my playmate. That little cow went moo, moo, moo. That little rooster said cock-a-doodle-doo, de-doodle-dee, doodle-dee, doodle-dee-doo. Next, if I can get this on, is a little pig who's going to say oink, oink. Okay. Had a little pig by the barnyard gate. That little pig was my playmate. That little pig said oink, oink, oink. That little cow said moo, moo, moo. That little rooster said cock-a-doodle-doo, de-doodle-dee, doodle-dee, doodle-dee-doo. All right, next is a dog. All right. Had a little dog by the barnyard gate. That little dog was my playmate. That little dog said woof, woof, woof. That little pig said oink, oink, oink. That little cow said moo, moo, moo. That little rooster went cock-a-doodle-doo, de-doodle-dee, doodle-dee, doodle-dee-doo. And last is a cat. Every farm's going to have a cat. All right, there we go, cat. Had a little cat by the barnyard gate. That little cat was my playmate. That little cat said meow, meow, meow. That little dog said woof, woof, woof. That little pig said oink, oink, oink. That little cow said moo, moo, moo. That little rooster said cock-a-doodle-doo, de-doodle-dee, doodle-dee, doodle-dee-doo. Great! You could make some little things like this to use too and sing that song with any animals you want. Now, Miss Marilyn's got a book she wants to share with us also about farm animals.
The name of my book is Kiss the Cow by Phyllis Root, illustrated by Will Hildenbrand, and the publisher is Candlewick Press. Mama May lived where the earth met the sky, and her house was as wide as the prairie. It needed to be. Mama May had so many children, she couldn't count them all. Among Mama May's children was one called Annalisa. She wasn't the youngest and she wasn't the oldest, but she was the most curious and the most stubborn. Every day, Annalisa followed Mama May as she carried her two shiny pails to the pasture where she kept Luella, her magic cow with the beautiful brown eyes and bright curving horns. Every day, Annalisa heard Mama May sing to Luella. Lovely Luella, your milk never fails. My children are hungry, so please fill my pails. Every day, Annalisa saw Luella's warm, sweet milk flow into the shiny pails until Mama May sang, Thank you, Luella, my children shall eat. Cheese fresh and yellow, milk warm and sweet. And every day, Annalisa saw Mama May kiss Luella right on the end of her velvety brown nose. Ugh, said Annalisa. Imagine kissing a cow. Every day, Mama May carried her pails of milk home to feed her hungry children. One pail of milk they drank for breakfast. The other pail of milk, Mama May heated and salted and pressed into cheese for the children's supper. Cheese so fresh it squeaked between their teeth. Every day, Annalisa wondered, what would it be like to milk a magic cow? The more she wondered, the more curious she grew. And the more curious she grew, the more Annalisa just had to know. Finally, one day she said, I want to milk Luella. Never you mind about milking Luella, said Mama May. If you upset her, she'll never give milk. And then what will we do? But Annalisa had made up her mind. She took a pail from the sandbox and sneaked off alone to the pasture. Just like Mama May, Annalisa sang. Lovely Luella, your milk never fails. My children are hungry, so please fill my pails. Luella's milk flowed into Annalisa's little pail until she sang. Thank you, Luella, my children shall eat. Cheese fresh and yellow, milk warm and sweet. Now this wasn't exactly true, of course, but magic words are magic words. And true or not, they worked. Did Annalisa kiss Luella right on the end of her soft, silky nose? She did not. And the next day, Luella would not give any milk at all. No matter how many times Mama May sang her magic song, it didn't take Mama May long to figure out what had happened. Annalisa, she cried, have you been bothering Luella? All I did was milk her with my little pail, said Annalisa. And did you remember to kiss the cow? Asked Mama May. Me? Kiss a slobbery, bristly cow? Cried Annalisa. You must kiss the cow to make sure she gives milk again, said Mama May. Never, cried Annalisa, and she wouldn't. That day the children ate scraps of bread without milk for breakfast. Now will you kiss the cow? Asked Mama May. Never, said Annalisa. No kiss, no milk. That night the children ate crust of bread without cheese for supper. Now will you kiss the cow? Asked Mama May. Never, said Annalisa. No kiss, no milk, no cheese. The next day, Mama May's house was full of hungry, crying children. The hungry children crowded around Annalisa. There were so many children that crowded her right out of the house and up the hill to the pasture. Milk, they begged. Cheese, they pleaded. Now will you kiss the cow? Asked Mama May. Never, said Annalisa. Never, never, never. Moo, said Luella, putting her nose in Annalisa's face. Ugh, said Annalisa. But then she looked into Luella's beautiful brown eyes and wondered, what would it be like to kiss a cow? The more she wondered, the more curious she grew. And the more curious she grew, the more Annalisa just had to know. There was only one way to find out. Please kiss the cow, said Mama May. Said Annalisa. But she scrunched up her eyes, bunched up her face, and kissed Luella. Luella smelled of fresh hay and sunshine and clover. Her nose felt silky and warm and dry. Mama May sang her magic song. Luella's milk began to flow. The children cheered, and Annalisa felt so fine. She kissed the cow again.
Thank you so much for joining us for this farm animal story time. I hope you'll join us next time.